And as you can tell from those interviews, it was very somber in the clubhouse after today's loss, but the Brewers do have a chance to make some noise in the NL Central the rest of this week. It's part of a new approach by Mike McCarthy and his new coaching staff to get better looks on offense and on defense. But it's presented a unique challenge for Rodgers. Now take what I'm about to say with a giant grain of salt. Aaron Rodgers threw 3 picks in practice today for the second time, bringing his camp total now to 7 interceptions. But Kevin King has a word of caution about that statistic. Yeah, Chris, a tremendous day for the rookie running back. Starter Ty Montgomery was a no-go today because of those broken ribs. So Mike McCarthy and company turned to Jones for the second straight week, and he didn't disappoint. In our area, 24 baseball games were canceled or postponed today, so this is the closest thing you're going to see to a first pitch. After the Packers' 26-17 loss to the Saints yesterday, it's a little jarring to look at the box score and see just 79 passing yards. It wasn't a disaster, but it does beg the question, could Brett Hundley have done more in his first NFL start?
A lot has been made of you guys as a pitching staff, obviously, and Coastal Carolina, your next opponent, is kind of one of those dynamic, scrappy offenses. How do you like that matchup?
You're exactly right, Chris. Different names keep being the headliners for this Brewers team. From Jeremy Jeffress, who came out of the bullpen to throw his 23rd consecutive scoreless inning, to Domingo Santana, who batted in that go-ahead run.
Buddy Reed has center field on lockdown, and freshman Nelson Maldonado has done a great job in left, but Kevin O'Sullivan is still kind of toying around with that right field position. We've seen Ryan Larson, Nick Horvath. Tonight we have Jeremy Vasquez in right.
Antonio Brown is the kind of freakish athlete everyone wishes they had drafted for their fantasy team. And that includes Packers like corner Demarius Randall, who said this week he plays AB on Madden all the time.
He seems like he has no reservations about the fact that he is going to be ready week 1. McCarthy said the same thing. What do you think is going to transpire there, and how does that impact the offensive line?
If that didn't earn your vote, check this out. Flashing the leather for this out, but no leather needed. He bare hands the toss from Jeffress. Offense check, defense check, and check. The U.S. long track speed skating team trials at Milwaukee's Pettit National Ice Center were a full circle moment for Mitch Whitmore, a moment that almost didn't come to fruition.
There was for sure some good days and bad days, trying to get through it.
In August, Whitmore was training in Utah when he was involved in a serious bike accident that sidelined him for 6 weeks prior to what he thought would be his final shot at the Winter Games.
If it's on another year, it still hurts, but it's not like this is the year.
The accident left him with a sprained wrist and broken sacrum, a bone in the lower back.
And I don't plan on going 4 more years, so, looking at that, it was a bummer.
After intense rehab to return to the ice, Whitmore was able to compete here at the Pettit for the U.S. long track speed skating trials. He won the 500 meters, his best race, and was a surprise qualifier in the men's 1,000 meters. And he did it all on home ice.
Run all the way! I loved it. I was really pushing for the trials to be here just because I knew there would be a good turnout, which it's been sold out, I think, every day. And just such a rich history of speed skating in the area. And, growing up here, of course, I want to race at a home track.
The Waukesha native's story started at the Pettit 19 years ago when his parents signed him up for 3 for $15 lessons to keep their 9-year-old busy during the wintertime.
I took to it right away, and I think it was the type of work ethic that it was, dry land exercises, like wall sit type things. I thought just like the solidarity of that was really enjoyable for some reason.
But in 2018, the U.S. long track speed skating team needs Whitmore more than ever. Team USA left the 2014 Sochi Winter Games without a single long track medal for the first time since 1984. So some skaters, like Joey Mantilla, are calling Pyeongchang a shot at redemption.
We've had so many competitions in between there that have gone well and some have gone poorly. So I think it's just us focusing on doing the best we can at that competition. Since Sochi, each year at World Championships has gotten better. And so going into this one, I at least feel like I can rise to the occasion.
He has inside jokes with all of the Packers, even the ones he hasn't met yet. When opportunity knocks and he's not home, it waits for him. His pillow is cool on both sides. When he was a New York Giant, he saved a fan's life after beating the Packers. Okay, that one is actually for real. You can look it up. Yes, the Packers have their own most interesting man in Green Bay. It's easy to fall into a rabbit hole of interesting Martellus Bennett facts, and his accomplishments can read like a tricky multiple choice test. Did he produce an animated kids movie? Does he hide Oreos in his scruffy beard? Did he dress up like a dinosaur last Christmas? Admit it, you're not sure which of those is the false statement, but he likes being the wild card.
I think when people see me, the first thing they do is smile because they don't know what the hell I'm going to say next.
He may have just listened to the audiobook for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy on his commute from Chicago, but Bennett also hitchhiked himself in real life to training camp this time last season. This year, he's bonding with teammates in a more traditional way.
And try to fuse myself into in those situations with them where it's like, whether it's, talking books with some guys or talking, girls with other guys, giving advice on women or other guys or wherever it may be. There's a lot. I mean, I've been fortunate enough. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, and I know a little bit about a lot. I don't know a lot about anything.
But he actually does know a lot. Not only is he a bookworm, but he's kind of the Packers' resident philosopher.
I like a lot of philosophy. Like, I love Malcolm Gladwell, Eckhart Tolle. The Alchemist is a great book. I mean, those are classic. But I write fiction, so I read fiction. It's good for me. I mean, the creative adult is the kid who survived.
And Bennett is never shy about his opinions, from not attending the Patriots' trip to the White House to his disdain for male rompers.